Before anything else, pause for just a moment. Take a slow, deep breath. Don't rush past this. Don't treat this moment as something ordinary. If you are here right now, there is a reason. Maybe today you woke up with a heavy feeling in your chest, a quiet pressure in your thoughts, that sense that something in your life needs to shift, but you don't even know where to begin. Perhaps you've been trying to stay strong. You smile, you work, you keep moving forward, but inside there is a tiredness no one sees, a fear you don't speak out loud, a question that echoes in your heart when everything becomes quiet. God, how much longer? And it is precisely in this place of uncertainty, of waiting, of silent struggle, that God has led you here today. Because before this day ends, something can change. Before this night arrives, peace can return to your heart. Before tomorrow begins, God can open a door you never expected. There are moments when God doesn't shout, He whispers. He draws your attention in the stillness, and that gentle pull you felt to click on this prayer. That was not coincidence. That was invitation. Maybe fear has been trying to settle into your mind. Maybe anxiety has been louder than your faith. Maybe you feel surrounded by problems, decisions, uncertainties, and your heart is simply longing for light. Psalm 27 was written for moments exactly like this, for moments when the soul feels tired, when the path ahead looks unclear, when you need to remember that the Lord is your light and your salvation, and that you do not walk alone. So wherever you are, in your room, in your car, on your break, in the early morning or late at night, allow this moment to belong to God. Let every worry slow down. Let your thoughts become still. And as we enter this prayer together, open your heart. Because today, through the words of Psalm 27, God is going to meet you right where you are. Do not treat this moment as something ordinary, because if you are here now, there is a reason far beyond coincidence. Maybe you are tired, not only physically, but tired inside. That kind of tiredness that does not show on your face, but weighs on your soul. The kind of tiredness that comes from fighting for a long time in silence, trying to be strong, trying to keep your faith, trying to keep going when everything inside you just wants to stop. Maybe today you woke up with a tightness in your chest. Maybe the day has barely begun and your mind is already full of worries, decisions, fears, memories, unanswered questions. You look at your life and feel that something needs to change, but you do not know where to start. And in this quiet moment, when no one sees you and no one hears you, a question rises within you. God, are you still with me? That question does not make you weak. It makes you human, and it is exactly in this place, in the middle of exhaustion, doubt, waiting, and fear, that God most often works in the deepest way. I want to tell you a story, a simple story, but very real for anyone who has walked through the valley of uncertainty. There was a man named Daniel. He was not a pastor, not a preacher, not well known. He was simply someone trying to survive his own days. He worked hard, carried too many responsibilities, and in recent months had begun to feel something strange. A mixture of fear, anxiety, and loneliness, even while surrounded by people. Daniel could not sleep. When the house became silent, his mind became loud. Thoughts came in waves. Bills, wrong decisions, words he wished he could erase, people he had lost, dreams that had been left behind. Some nights he would get up, sit on the edge of the bed, and stare into the darkness, asking himself how his life had reached that point. Until one night, without knowing exactly why, he took a Bible that had been stored in a drawer for years. He opened it at random, and his eyes fell on Psalm 27. He began to read. Not as someone reading a text, but as someone clinging to the last piece of wood in a shipwreck. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? At that moment, something broke inside him. Not the problem, the weight. Daniel cried as he had not cried in years. He cried not out of despair, but out of relief. It was as if someone had finally put words to what his soul had been carrying. That night, Nothing around him changed. His financial situation was the same. The conflicts were still there. The future was uncertain, but inside him, something had changed. In the days that followed, Daniel began to do something simple. Before looking at his phone, before thinking about work, before listening to the world, he prayed Psalm 27 every day, slowly, with an open heart, sometimes with faith, sometimes only with tears. And little by little, something began to happen. Fear no longer ruled as before. Anxiety started to lose its grip. Decisions became clearer. Peace began to fill spaces that had once been only silence and anguish. It was not magic, it was God. Perhaps today you are living something similar. Perhaps you are in the middle of an invisible battle, a struggle no one sees, but that drains your strength. Perhaps you're trying to smile on the outside while everything inside feels confused. Perhaps you're wondering if it is still worth believing, waiting, praying, and if you have come this far, I need to tell you, it is. Because Psalm 27 is not just an ancient text, it is a refuge for the weary, an anchor for the drifting soul, a light for those walking in the dark. King David wrote this psalm in the middle of persecution, threats, fear, rejection, and loneliness. He knew what it was to feel his soul crushed. He knew what it was not to understand the path. And yet he declared, "The Lord is my light and my salvation." Not because life was easy, but because he chose to trust even when everything was hard. And today, that same decision stands before you. Perhaps God is not only changing your situation, perhaps he is changing you. Because when the heart changes, the story changes. Now, I invite you to something sacred, something simple, but deeply powerful. Let us pray Psalm 27 together. Read with me, or simply listen. Let every word travel from your mind into your heart. Take a deep breath, quiet your thoughts, and allow God to speak to you now. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? When the wicked, even mine enemies and my foes, came upon me to eat up my flesh, they stumbled and fell. Though an host should encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war should rise against me, in this will I be confident. One thing have I desired of the Lord, that will I seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord, and to inquire in his temple. For in the time of trouble he shall hide me in his pavilion. In the secret of his tabernacle shall he hide me. He shall set me up upon a rock. And now shall mine head be lifted up above mine enemies round about me. Therefore will I offer in his tabernacle sacrifices of joy. I will sing, yea, I will sing praises unto the Lord. Hear, O Lord, when I cry with my voice. Have mercy also upon me, and answer me. When thou saidst, seek ye my face, my heart said unto thee, thy face, Lord, will I seek. Hide not thy face far from me, put not thy servant away in anger. Thou hast been my help. Leave me not, neither forsake me, O God of my salvation. When my father and my mother forsake me, then the Lord will take me up. Teach me thy way, O Lord, and lead me in a plain path because of mine enemies. Deliver me not over unto the will of mine enemies. For false witnesses are risen up against me, and such as breathe out cruelty. I had fainted, unless I had believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Wait on the Lord. Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. If you made it to this moment, it was not by accident. Type in the comments, the Lord is my light. Share this prayer with someone who needs peace today. And subscribe, because this spiritual journey does not end here.